Hello everyone, welcome back to some more bridge. I don't have any regular release schedule for these bridge videos like I do for the crossword. I just sometimes feel like playing on BBO, and then I do, and then you get a video. Today is the Just Declare day long for April 21st. So we have 8 boards. The robots are going to bid the hands for us, and so the other tables will all be in the same contracts. It's just a question of who can take the most tricks. These tend to be the fastest of the event types because there's no auction. Although it does mean that the play matters a lot because you can be certain that every trick is worth match points, like a lot of match points. Whereas if you get to a really difficult slam, a slam that's difficult to find but easy to make for whatever reason, you don't really need to worry about the over trick very much. You know you'll be scoring very well either way in one of the other event types. Okay, so we're in 4 hearts. I opened a heart. Lefty bid 3 spades. Partner made a very reasonable double. Although, yeah, I mean, double's interesting. You have 3-card heart support, and you're kind of forcing us to the 4 level anyway. So you could just bid 4 hearts. But I like double because it leaves the possibility of defending if I don't think we can make 4 hearts. Because, like, I have an opening hand, partner has almost an opening, there's been a preempt here. If I don't have a good shape, we might well beat 3 spades. So, and if I bid a minor, partner can just correct to 4 hearts. So I like double better than 4 hearts. I think passing would also be reasonable. This is not, well, would it? Ugh, I don't know. Even completely discounting the Queen of Spades, which you probably shouldn't, this is still 10 high card points, 3-card support. I don't know. The kings look pretty badly placed, I guess, given the preempt on from West. So I think on the whole, if North forces to 4 hearts, which the double sort of does, it'll go down somewhat often, but I think you still have to try for it, because just letting the opponents play 3 spades is not going to score well. Anyway, we're in 4 hearts. It's not going to make. The question is how few I can go down. If we got really lucky, no. Well, actually, so we have 2 spade losers for sure, right? If we could win this diamond and then cross to dummy and then pitch a spade on a diamond, that would be one thing. Then we would lose only 1 spade. And, you know, perhaps a heart, a club or 2. But we don't really have a way to dummy. I think the only chance, really, is to win this ace and lay down the ace of hearts. Because it's not like we're getting to dummy anyway, right? I mean, I don't know. If West has the ace of clubs, we could perhaps win this ace of diamonds, play a club up. West wins, and they can cash 2 hearts, but they can't stop me from at least taking the heart finesse. And then I might lose just 1 club, 2 spades, and nothing else, right? But I don't think that's very realistic. West's lead suggests a singleton. Because, like, you preempted and then you led something else. It also suggests West doesn't have both the ace and king of spades, because that would be a fairly appealing lead, relatively safe. Even if holding a singleton, you probably might as well lead that. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe West really could have the ace of clubs. And then I could get to dummy in clubs and take a heart finesse against East, which surely will succeed if West actually does have the ace of clubs. So I'm thinking like West's spade holding is something like honor Jack 10 7th, right? East has honor X. So West's shape would be like 7 1 2 3 maybe? 7-2-2-2. Maybe West led a doubleton instead of spades for some crazy reason. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't. The advantage to ace of diamonds, then ace of hearts, is that we could drop a stiff king of hearts. But I don't think there is a stiff king of hearts out here, and it is still possible West has the ace of clubs. I think that's what you should play for. Well, is it? This is a match point event. If you play on clubs and you're wrong, you're probably going to lose like 6 tricks. Because it's going to go club to the king and ace, queen of clubs, club ruff, or maybe a diamond ruff or something, and they get their spades. So you'll take one side suit trick, the ace of diamonds, and 6 hearts, and that'll be down 3. Whereas you can guarantee down 2 by just winning this and playing ace of hearts heart. And if you're lucky and you drop the stiff king, you might actually make it that way. So although I think it is possible West has the ace of clubs, I don't think anything is pointing too strongly in that direction. And in fact, if West had that, like let's say ace of clubs, ace jack, seventh of spades, that's already a little bit strong for a 3 spade bid here. West might have bid just 1 spade then. So I think actually it's better to just like give up. Try to maybe the king of hearts drops stiff, probably not, but I think it's more likely than the club thing, and it's safer because you don't have as big of a downside when you're wrong. So West had king jack seventh. And the ace of clubs, oh no. So I could have made it. Yeah, and he had 3 diamonds. Huh. I mean, I guess maybe I should have considered that a singleton diamond is pretty unlikely. This should be a bad score, obviously. Yeah. I don't know. Like, this just isn't a 3 spade hand. It's too strong. East is a passed hand, so you can be a little bit more flexible, but I don't know why you're so eager to do this. The likely result is that you push us to 4 hearts and then we make it. Wow, and West actually has ace queen of clubs, so you can't even get the suit wrong if you play on it. Ace queen tight. So on a club, it would go ace, and then the opponents could cash 2 spades, and you'd still lose 2 spades in a club, but that would be it. You could then cross the king of clubs, take the heart finesse. Just as I said, you might be able to do, but I thought it was pretty unlikely and risked going down an extra trick if it was wrong. So I don't know. I kind of like my play, but I could believe that it was anti-percentage. Okay, East didn't open, West didn't overcall. It looks like we have 4 diamond tricks, but there's a blockage there. Spades, we can take at least 2, perhaps more. Hearts. Don't love the heart position. I mean, I think you play low here and see what happens. Queen. So we'll play West for the 10 of hearts later, presumably. We unblock the diamonds and play a spade up. I played the queen like a idiot. I wasn't watching. No, take it back. Play low, partner. Play low. Oh my god. Should not be playing, apparently. Hopefully the suit is 3-3, although I doubt it. Okay. Not punished. But definitely a terrible play. I just didn't expect the ace to pop there. Like, why would you? I mean, this should be a very normal result. I guess should be a little above average because low to the 10 of clubs is a play that's not totally insane and does not work. Right? Yeah, tiny bit. A few people must have tried that because there's almost no other play you could make that doesn't work. So if we're beating anyone, it must be people who did that. West opened a club and East passed. Dummy has 14 points. I have 11. That's 25. The opponents have 15. West open showing at least 12-ish. I mean, you know, shape is possible, but West doesn't look that shapely on this layout, right? So East has, let's say, at most a king. It sort of looks like it might be in clubs. Because with ace king, West might well lead the suit, right? Nope, it was in diamonds. So, all right, West should have pretty much everything else now. Let's take the heart finesse. Good. Again. And now it gets interesting. I could cash the heart and hope to drop the queen, or I could hang on to it and maybe some end play would arise. Suppose that I cashed all the diamonds right now. How many cards would we have left? We would each have 6 cards. West would have to hang on to Queen X in both majors, and therefore could keep only 2 clubs, which would mean we could exit a club. He could win the ace and king, and then... Well, no, King X in both majors isn't even enough. You have to keep like 3 heart, 3. You have to keep like 4 spades and 2 hearts. You can't keep any clubs. I'm inclined to cash the ace of hearts now, I think. Because I don't need 2 sort of what's called vulnerable stoppers. A stopper that, like, West, suppose West has king fourth of hearts. He has a stopper in hearts, but if I could force him to lead hearts, then he wouldn't. That means we call that stopper vulnerable. And vulnerable stoppers are useful assets for a declare planning a squeeze, well, a strip squeeze. But the spades are just about as good. And if it happens that the ace of hearts does drop the queen, then I'd like to be able to cash the jack before I move on to the diamonds. Okay, good. So I think we have a good chance of making all the tricks here. Diamonds could be 5-1. In which case I can't really do that. Okay, West pitches a spade. That's very interesting. I believe I can cash 1 spade here just to get a better idea of what's going on. Okay, the diamonds are coming in. West had a doubleton diamond. 3 hearts. And has pitched 1 card in each black suit. Okay, there's now only 1 spade outstanding, isn't there? We started with 7s, they had 6. We've played 2. They had 4. These 2, they're down to 2, and West pitched 1 earlier. So indeed, West was squeezed in the black suits. Or no. Yeah, because West has played 3 spades already, and we know he has the queen. So he must have started with queen 4th, king 3rd, 2 small, ace, king, and possibly the jack. Fourth of, right, four, four, three, two, four. Yeah, so his last three cards are queen of spades and ace, king of clubs. So East must have the jack, I guess. Yep. And I don't think that works if I don't cash the ace of hearts, right? If I at this point play a diamond, I can't squeeze West. Correct. You could cash a spade instead, but you can cash up to one spade, and then you must cash the ace of hearts and play diamonds. Cool. Four spades. So that's an example, by the way, of how, like, the information you get from the auction is not exactly subtle. It's not like, oh, wow, I really thought hard about the repercussions of what it meant that West opened. But you do have to think about it and take it into account, right? Some of those finesses would have been scary if I didn't know that West definitely had all of the honors. From his one club bid, I couldn't be sure, but when East showed up with the Queen of Diamonds, it's like very much guaranteed. There's just West can't be missing any of the key cards to have a reasonable bid. Okay, so they are both past hands and did not intervene in a two club auction. Four spades. We would like to be able to ruff a club if possible. But that's not necessarily likely to work. If the suit is 3-3, we don't need to ruff one, but if the suit is 4-2 or worse, we kind of do. We don't necessarily, because there are some squeeze possibilities. Right, I have threats in like every suit. Um, so I don't know. You could try like playing on clubs right away and how exactly does that go wrong? I guess it's probably fine. No, the issue would be let's say you want to play ace of clubs and club to the queen at some point, right? So that in case East has the king, you don't have to lose two clubs, you can lose only one. The problem is if East has king fourth, he can win and play another club. Your queen is about to win and West roughs it, right? So to avoid that, you'd like to lead low to the queen before cashing the ace. And the problem is the only way over to dummy outside of clubs is with a spade to the queen. And at that point, roughing a club is not even that helpful to you anymore because you have to rough with the ace or the king, which is quite likely to give up a trick to the jack of spades. I mean, not guaranteed, but likely. So I think I'd rather win the heart, spade, 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 ending in dummy, club to the queen. And then we should be able to control the tempo enough to at least try some sort of squeeze, however unlikely. Yeah. And if we had roughed a club with the ace or king, by the way, we would indeed have been giving away a trick to the jack. So club, spade to the ace, club, I don't know, wouldn't have done very much. So let's make sure to pay attention to counting things. East has pitched one club. Fine. 7 and now 10, huh? Wonder what that means. Where's the jack? Does East have Jack 10x? I don't think you would pitch from that. Jack 10 fourth, there's not much I can do about it. I guess I just lead the 9 and, like, I can't lose 2 more clubs because the 9 and 8 are big enough. Now, I'm still wondering, why did East pitch? Could East be pitching from Jack 10 fourth? Why would you do that? That's crazy looking at the dummy. If East had Jack 10x, I should play the ace here. But I don't think you should pitch from that. So I think East must have started with 10x. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. All right, I claim the rest, I guess. Jack 10 fourth. So I don't think I could have done anything to get another trick there. Could I? At this point, there are 7 tricks left. I have 2 spades, 2 diamonds, and a club. Is I can take 5 of them. And no squeezes are going to produce 2 tricks. So best I could possibly do is produce 1 extra trick, which I could do easily by just losing a club, as I did. So yeah, I don't think there's anything I could do here. And there are other lines I could have taken if I could see all the cards. For example, instead of playing low to the queen, I could just play ace of clubs and then a low club. West has to win the king, and then the queen's a winner. Ace low. Low. Wait, is that better? Isn't the 8 a loser at that point? Yeah, so why would West pitch a club? That's what bothers me. Like, you can't afford a heart? I guess I can see your point of view. Is that... Well, I don't know. The hearts look completely useless, but they are protecting. They're guarding the heart suit so that West doesn't become the only player with a heart stopper. Right? The 2 could be a big threat against West, and East can try to prevent that by holding on to a heart. But like you can see that the clubs are important, right? There must be some reason that East knows it doesn't matter what he does, assuming that I play perfectly. Yeah, I mean, it says I can take the rest. No, I can lose only 1 trick here. Ace of clubs, losing. Low club, ducked to the king. Then you have the queen of clubs. Oh. Right, but that's because East pitched a club. And if East pitches a diamond, we can play ace king of diamonds, diamond ruff, and then the diamond is good for him. So I want to know what happens, though, if East pitches a heart, which seems like the normal play. Oh my god. I have it on advanced trick by trick. Here. Pitch a heart. Now, what do I do here? Club. Anything. Anything at all, huh? Okay, a club. Oh, your point is that I can put in the 9? Get over yourself. Yeah, sure. No, okay, low, okay. Because I can guess, right. Assuming I know where the king is, I could do this. And West continues a heart, let's say. And I play a low club, king, ace. Now what? I have all but one of the tricks. Oh, there's a trump squeeze here, isn't there? Yeah. So I play the last spade here, which I'm sure it will say is the only play I can make. I can play a diamond. That's interesting. Yes, I can play a diamond the ace and then ruff a heart, and it's the same thing. But a spade is the sort of canonical approach. What's East supposed to do? If you pitch a diamond, I pitch my heart. I'm pitching my heart regardless. And then I play ace, king of diamonds, ruff a diamond, across the dummy with the queen of clubs, and enjoy the last diamond. If East pitches a club, again, I pitch my heart. Now I play a club to the queen, ace, king, and ruff a diamond, and now North's hand is good. So that's the trump squeeze that's available there if you know the layout perfectly, which I think is sort of why East gave up and just like pitched a club. He knew it couldn't help. But a heart puts me to the test a lot more. That's the kind of thing the robots don't know how to do. Anyway, a fine score. One no, three no. East didn't open. Two heart stoppers. That's nice. I'd like a few more. Pretty sure we have to play on the minors here, but the blockages are pretty unpleasant. Like if I try the club finesse, let's say lead the queen, hoping to stay in dummy, they can just duck. And now I don't have any entries back to the dummy necessarily. Maybe the king of spades if I'm lucky. What if I just like played a diamond to the queen and then ace and a diamond? I'd have 3 diamond tricks. If I were very lucky, I might take 4. My 2 hearts would be 5. 2 heart. 1 I've taken plus 1 more. And then I could take maybe 3 clubs. Like, it doesn't seem like it's... Oh, I should pay more attention to the spots in hearts. Because if that suit is 4-4, we have a little bit more wiggle room. I think I play a diamond to the queen. Winning, yeah, of course. Nobody would be foolish enough to win this. Probably. And now I can play ace of diamonds diamond, conceding a diamond. But I don't even necessarily have an entry to the dummy, right? So what if instead I play a club to the queen? They sort of have to duck this. I guess I would lead the 10 of clubs. They sort of have to duck this or I get access to dummy again. And then, I don't know. I get back in dummy. That's nice. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. The diamond finesse, if it works, would be 8. I think I just have to play a spade and hope hearts are splitting. And then also try the diamond finesse. Okay, I don't need the diamond finesse anymore, but it's looking... Okay, hearts are splitting, so we should be good now, right? I unblock the spades. My brain has like switched off. The jack of diamonds is not a winner. Okay, that was something I was briefly confused about. Right, he still has the king. So We unblock the spades, then we unblock the clubs. Cash the spade, pitching a diamond loser, and clubs are up. I think that should be a lovely score. That should be very good. This contract cannot be made. Even if you guess it as well as I did, I think as long as West just plays low on the spade, there's not much we can do. It says it can be. You could put in the 2, staying in dummy. Very funny. 10 of clubs. Apparently it's fine for West to hop. So what if West plays low, though? 3, King of Spades would be my 4th trick. Oh, then I can take the diamond finesse. Sure. I was not convinced that the diamond was on, in fact. I thought West might very well be ducking from the king. But I suppose if the King of Spades had won, I'd have no real choice but to take the diamond finesse, as I indeed mentioned at the time. But since West hopped, I didn't need to. 3 spades doubled. I wonder if either of them knows what their doubles mean. They don't always agree on some doubles. I mean, this one's pretty clear. This one is just like a nuisance double. It doesn't mean anything. They just always double when you bid their suit. And they claim it shows a good suit, but like doesn't really show anything. Well, we're not making any over tricks. Supposedly West's double is penalty. Okay. Ace of spades is an... Oh, I shouldn't have played the 5. I probably should... Well, the 6 can still get under the 7. Maybe I should have unblocked the 10, but maybe not. Okay. I don't think you do this if you have the king and jack. I also don't think East leads the aces. I mean, we're just gonna like go down here, right? Yeah. So we're still losing a spade, a heart, and a club for down 1. But I'll play it out and see if somehow they blunder. This is an example of the kind of thing I say I try to do just by habit. Right? There's no spades out there, so I don't have to hang on to big spades to make sure I can win tricks. So I maximize my entry flexibility instead. By pitching the jack and the 10, I can win the 7 or the 9. Whereas if I had played low from dummy, I'd have to win the jack next time I play a spade. And if I played low from hand, after unblocking the jack, I'd have to win in hand. It's not going to matter on this hand, and it often doesn't, but I just try to make it a habit to get the maximize entry flexibility so that in the cases where it does matter, I won't find myself embarrassed. All right. Unsurprisingly, they have failed to blunder. I mean, this is a very normal result, but also the best possible result you could get. So it's, 55, 52, something like that. A very small positive. I don't know really how you. I don't know how you could do worse. What? Huh? People are actually, there's a small number of people making this. That's impossible. I don't even see how you could trick them. Maybe you could end play West into leading a spade for you if they don't take their heart in time? Maybe. Hmm. Strange. King of Diamonds is a welcome lead. I assume. I mean, I haven't fully analyzed the hand, but it looks good. All right. I see that you're trying to prevent me from getting some roughs. That's cool. I don't think it's very urgent to attack hearts because the opponents don't have to let you pitch any clubs on the hearts. And the spade you pitch is sort of a winner anyway, ish. Depends, I suppose. If West has the ace of hearts, then if he ducks, you don't lose a heart. And if he jumps, you get to pitch two spades, which actually is helpful. It's not like we're going to be able to rough three spades without attacking hearts, right? So I guess, yeah, let's go after hearts. Okay, West ducks, which is fine as far as it goes, but I think I'm about to cross rough like six tricks. Right, West has given me only one heart, whereas jumping would have given me two. But now I have time to do a bunch of roughing. Right, I got rid of the last heart in my hand. Mm. Oh well. I mean, it's fine. East roughs with a natural trump trick. Well, natural-ish. I could have finessed for it if I weren't drawing trump, but I want to draw trump, of course. So we rough this. Queen of Diamonds drawing East's last trump. Spade winner, and then give up. Seems like a great result. Not like, I'm not expecting a 95, but 70, 75 maybe. I imagine a lot of the field will play that one worse. Yeah, I'll give myself an 80. Okay, 85. Uh, this is a little bit annoying. I don't want to rough hearts. Obviously, I'm going to. I have little choice. But I want to enjoy my spade tricks. And if they lead hearts, I'll have to rough in hand, and I won't have enough clubs left to enjoy spades. Well, I mean, might not be true. If clubs are 3-2, which is the most likely layout, nobody bid anything, did they? No, they both failed to open. If clubs are 3-2, the most likely layout, and spades are very friendly, we could maybe enjoy some of those. Right, rough trick one, club to queen, spade finesse, ace of spades, spade rough, king third onside. Then we play ace of clubs, club to the king, cash all the spades. We get six spades. And four clubs, 10 tricks. Yeah, I won't get any more roughs. I'll have used up a rough in each hand. And I don't actually get 6 spades, right? I get like 5 plus a club while roughing a spade, but I was counting that as a spade. So that would be a very friendly layout, but it could happen. I wonder though if I just pitch a diamond on this. A human would look at that with great suspicion and say, Declare must really hate roughing hearts. But a robot doesn't think that way. And it might well say, oh, we don't want to let Declare rough any hearts. Let's switch to something else. And I would appreciate that a great deal. And I don't think I'm losing much because this diamond's kind of a loser anyway. So let's see if West can be convinced to lead something else. Yes, spade even. Wow. That's a really bad play. I can understand how from a robot's perspective it makes sense, which is why I tried to allow it, to encourage it. And I think we rough a spade here. Well, why not draw trump first? Because if the spades are 3-3, you don't need a rough. And if the spades are 3-3 and the clubs are 3-2, then by roughing a spade, you're actually giving up on a diamond rough you could take that would be useful. So this is like a match point decision. I don't know. I mean, ace, queen, low. Yeah. Now, if diamonds are, if clubs are 4-1 and spades are 4-2, we should rough a spade. But if either suit is behaving well, we shouldn't. And although West's shift suggests shortness, that's a lot of sibilance there. It's not a guarantee. And the clubs could be breaking. I think I'm gonna gamble. Well, the thing is, I sort of believe I'm already way ahead of the field. Oh, I can test the clubs first, right? Ace queen of clubs clubbed the king? No. Because then if clubs are 4-1, I can't afford a spade rough anymore. I could play ace of clubs club to the king. But again, if clubs don't break, I can't afford to rough. So I don't think you can do that. I think I'm going to believe West's 9 of spades and conclude that the spades are not 3-3. I don't know how much faith to put in that, though. Like, the 9 denies a higher card, but it isn't necessarily a doubleton or a singleton, even if a human plays it. I don't know what it means from a robot, so maybe West does have 9-3. But, like, why switch? Because you were worried about giving something away in diamonds, and you didn't want to give me any roughs in hearts. Yeah, I think I'm far enough ahead of the field by pitching a diamond at trick 1 that maybe I should not try to get even further ahead. Maybe I should take the safe route. Rough a spade now. Yeah, I think I will. This gives up some potential over tricks, but I think it's worth it. Excuse me? All right, we're sort of in problem town here. Really wish I had not roughed that spade. I thought this was a safety against clubs being 4-1, but it's actually a danger play against clubs being 5-0. Whoops. I have created danger for myself. Yikes. I think actually I have to play a diamond now. And I think if East had the ace, he probably would have played it to play a heart here. I also think West switched to a spade because he has the ace of diamonds. So for both of those reasons, I'd rather play East for the queen. Okay. Oh man, these guys are so good. Yeah, now the heart. Some sort of miracle has occurred, and I've made 8 tricks. Despite misguessing the diamonds and the clubs being 5-0. I did need the spade ruff, sort of. Huh. I mean, I think this is a good score. Yeah, okay. So a fine result for the event. Board 1, my worst of the day because I declined. At imps, I would have led a club to the king because I think that's the best chance of making it. But at match points, I just think it's too risky. Turns out, would have scored better. Oh well. Some pretty solid performance for the rest of it. I still don't know how anybody made this contract. It's so clearly never going to happen. Yeah, I mean, double dummy agrees it's never happening. I don't know what you could do single dummy to trick them. I think it's got to be getting West to lead spades. But how can you do that? You can't. Certainly not after East leads the ace of spades. Maybe if you play the 5 here, obviously that doesn't make any significant difference. But it is a different card from East's point of view, and that could cause him, like, it's just slightly could make him try a different simulation and conclude he shouldn't play the ace of spades but should do something else. And then maybe that could lead to, I don't know, like you play a low spade towards the jack, West gets scared you might be underleading ace king fifth and puts up the queen ace. That's the best way I can imagine it happening. And the only way that could happen is if East does something other than continue with the ace, switch the ace of spades. So the only way it must be that playing the 5 of diamonds makes East defend differently. I don't know. Okay, anyway, solid performance, as I said. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.